All right, so I'm continuing to go over the 2019 STAR questions. Question number 11, it says a student works out a gym continuously for 50 minutes. The graph shows the remaining percentage of the workout is a linear function of X, time in minutes. Okay, then it says, at the bottom, here's our actual question. Which answer describes the domain? Remember, the domain is your X values and the range, which are your Y values. The first thing I want to do is make sure that I don't have arrows. I have specific points at both ends of this graph. So that means that this graph does not continue. If I look at my X values, my minimum X value is here at 0. My maximum X value is 50. So my domain would be from 0 less than or equal to X less than or equal to 50. All right, so let's look at some of our answer choices. That's going to eliminate B. That's going to eliminate D. And it says all real numbers, C says all real numbers greater than or equal to 0 and less than or equal to 50. Okay, that works. A says all real numbers equal to 0. Okay, that's good. And less than or equal to 100. That does not work. So A is out. So by default, it has to be C, but let's continue and check. For our range, our minimum range value is 0. Our maximum going up is 100. So that means our domain is going to be 0 less than or equal to Y less than or equal to 100. That matches, so it is definitely C. Looking at question number 12, that's dealing with a transformation. Specifically says the parent function f was transformed to create the graph g of x. Okay, we have f of x plus 2 minus 5. Okay, we have inside parentheses and outside parentheses. Inside the parentheses, we're adding 2 to x. That means we're having a horizontal shift to the left. It's opposite what you think. Then the negative 5 means we have a vertical shift down 5 units. So that means my vertex would be at negative 2, negative 5. So I want to look at which one of these. F has negative 2, positive 5, so that's out. H has negative 2, negative 5, that's it right there. Just to double check, G has positive 2, J has positive 2, so again, both of those are out. So that's how you're going to answer that question. It's that easy. Number 13 is an exponential function. We want to simplify everything. The first thing I'm going to do is look at the 45 divided by 15. 45 divided by 15, oops, becomes 3. So that cancels out and becomes 3. I'm going to look at all of these. So that eliminates C, that eliminates D. Okay. Now, I'm going to say M negative 6 minus 2 becomes plus 2. I'm going to say P 2 minus 8. So M, that's minus 6 plus 2, minus 6 plus 2 gives me M to the negative 4. That means that needs to be M to the 4th on the bottom. B has M to the 4th on the bottom. It has 3 on top. A has M to the 8th, so that's out. By elimination right there without even having to go any further, I've eliminated all my answer choices but B. Number 14, what is the positive solution to this equation? 4x squared plus 12x equals 135. Record your answer. We're going to be solving for x. So this is a quadratic equation. I need to move that 135 over to the left. So this becomes 4x squared plus 12x minus 135. And I want to set this equal to 0 to solve for x. I want to see if I can divide 135 by 4. I can't. So I'm going to have to go ahead and solve this. I'm going to solve this by doing what's called slip and slide. So that means I'm going to move the 4 with the 135. So this becomes x squared. Actually, technically, to me, actually the fastest method on this one, since our a value is 4 and it's an even term, so technically they want you to complete the square, but you're talking about taking a test. So in the formulas given to you on the test, I'm going to go ahead and use the quadratic equation. So the quadratic equation says x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root b squared minus 4ac, and this is all over 2a. So I'm going to replace my a value is equal to 4, my b value is equal to 12, my c value is equal to negative 135. So I'm going to replace everything with the correct values. So this is going to be x is equal to negative 12 plus or minus the square root. 12 squared is 144 minus 4 times a, which is 4, times c, which is negative 135. Then that's going to be all over 2 times a. 2 times a is going to be 8 because 2 times 4 is 8. I'm going to simplify what's underneath the radical, okay? So this is going to become x is equal to negative 12 plus or minus the square root, 144, or let's see, I'm going to do negative 4 times 4, which gives me negative 16. Negative 16 times negative 135 gives me positive, so that's going to be 144 positive, so that becomes plus 2160. I'm going to add 2160 plus 144. That becomes negative 12 plus or minus the square root of 2304 over 8. I'm going to see if that is a perfect square. It is. This becomes negative 12 plus or minus 23 over 4 is the perfect square of 48. Divide by 8. Okay. Now I'm going to simplify this. This is either going to be negative 12 plus 48, which is 36 divided by 8, or it's going to be negative 12 minus 48 divided by 8. So that's going to be negative 7.5. It tells us to give the positive solution. So that means whatever 36 divided by 8 gives me 4.5. So my solution to this is going to be x is equal to 4.5. Then the last question I'm going to do on this one, and then I will go ahead and stop this video and start the next one. All we're doing on this one, it says a grill at a barbecue restaurant is used to cook sausage links that are 2 pounds each and briskets that are 11 pounds each. No more than 120 pounds of sausage links can be, and briskets will be cooked on the grill. No more, but that means we can have 120 pounds. So that means that's going to be less than or equal to. So looking at my answer choices, I'm going to eliminate A, and I'm going to eliminate C, and I'm going to eliminate D. Oh, look, without even going any further, just looking at my symbol, it gives me my answer. But let's go ahead and finish out to make sure. So which inequality represents all combinations of X? X is the number of sausage links. So we said the cooked sausage links is 2 pounds each. So that should be 2X, which we have 2X here. And then Y, the number of briskets, it says are 6 pounds each. We have 6Y, so that works. And it has to be less than or equal to 120. And we're done. We'll see you on the next video.